Now, this is a really, really good tip. If you ever encounter a situation where you want to take hot glue off. John Pothia told me this tip is you take isopropyl alcohol. Now, hot glue, we buy these picture frames from China, and we get them in a discount store, of course, and they have a mirror hot glued into the frame that I've never been able to get out the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way is the way that always works, though. So I tried this today on John Pothia's advice. He said, pour a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on the glue, which I did before. I did kind of recreating this, but this really does work. And it's ordinary, and you probably already have it in a house. If they make it 70% 91 is better than 70 for this. Now, in the past, what had happened is, if you want to purchase these frames, Karen, of course, goes to art classes, and she uses a frame every week or so, and so rather than we buy 10 at a time, but they always have mirrors in them when they're on discount. So now with that hot glue, the hot glue out literally has turned to mush. I don't know if you can see it. It's mush, and usually it is really hard to get it out. No, that's going right out now. In fact, it comes out in big slivers. I had worked on this before, and of course I want to be careful not to cut my nose off or something here. But I'll bet I've broken 20 of these mirrors and only gotten 1 or 2 out in one piece. Now this is because of the alcohol. It has softened up whatever glue is left in there. And I guess you can see I've got the mirror out in one piece, which is really convenient for me. Now I can use the mirror for whatever purpose. The rest of the hot glue that's still in here, and these things are really messy to work on, but a picture frame this size is usually pretty expensive. And if you buy 10, 15 at a time, and we get these for almost no money because they're from a place called Wholesale Liquidators, and they can't sell the mirrors is the whole problem. But once you get the mirror out of this, look at how the hot glue comes right out of there now. Once I get that alcohol on there, and I'll be able to put her picture in there. Look at that, comes right out. Wow, that's nice. And this is not a sharp blade, believe me. This is not like some tricky sharp whatever. And I had thought in the past I was going to heat the glue or I was going to do other things, but the alcohol is the trick of tricks. And once I clean this up and mount the picture in there, that frame is now going to be really, really nice, and we've salvaged the mirror. Now the idea of this whole thing is because, of Karen's artwork, we like to have each frame in a place of honor in our house. These frames, if you buy them custom made or you buy them in the craft stores or wherever, they're just way more money than, where's the painting? Dun, 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 dun. Now, of course, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue that into the frame, just tack hot glue it. Put that's one of her Impressionist paintings, of which we have many in the house. And to be honest, I like having them in the house. But that is a good tip with the isopropyl alcohol, and thank you, John. This is another little thing I learned from hanging a lot of pictures over the years. These little teeth, I call them the teeth that you hang this by, they always give you a little nail, and then every time you hit it, you smash your finger, and if you try to hold it with needle nose pliers, it jumps off and the cat eats it or whatever. Well, not long ago, I figured something out. You can just put a staple in each side of it, and because we use heavy-duty staples doing all these Ducati seats and everything, that thing is in there to stay. Never had one come loose using that little system. Now, what had happened in the past is Karen has always bought these, they're about $5, these craft hot glue guns, and I finally broke down. I got so sick of them. They only last a certain amount of time, and then they get weaker and weaker, and they don't melt the glue. I took care of this one. I got it at Lowe's. It's an Arrow. It's like I don't know, just a better quality gun. And what's nice about hot glue, you can do things like this, attach a picture to a frame from the back, but it always has been, from day one, it's always been a nuisance that when you want to take something apart, that stuff, it turns to a rock after a while. Now, since I know this thing about softening the hot glue up when you want to get it off, I was thinking of another thing, like when you have little dots of hot glue, you just take a Q-tip and drop it on there so you don't wet everything around it. But this is a good quality gun. Anyway, that's just one of the things I thought would be useful information for the people on the A-Team and our friends on YouTube. And this is one of the things I like about having a my own picture gallery in my house. Anyway, Karen is really an active artist, and we love having these things in our house, and I love sharing them. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you don't have any problems with that glue. But that glue, I have broken more mirrors. It's embarrassing, but I think we're on the right path now. And thanks for watching.